Hey, Dario.
Hello.
I know you were in particular super close to Decky. Can you just talk a little bit about what he meant to you and what your relationship with him was like?
He really had like a great impact on me for such a short period of time. Just the way our conversation were heading, how we see the basketball maybe a little bit different way than actually here in the States. We would kind of like go talk about that, We will kind of go against each other about some situations, about videos, like he was thinking I should do something like this, or in my opinion, I was thinking like I should do it different. So we have like some kind of relation, like, he was like my older brother. He was kind of person, he could tell me in a way, in a positive way, like, Dario, you stupid, but I will not get that too hard. And I know because he wants me like to do better, to do a situation better, because he's trusting in my ability to play basketball. So he's just such a positive person, smiling always, when I'm in bad mood, he was kind of like bringing up, and that kind of stuff, great mentor, we kind of came up from the similar backgrounds, back in Europe. So having him, he was like really blessed for me. And, I never had a coach like him, in that short period, have like a great impact on me, like mentally to be able to play basketball, give me the details on the court, how to play, how to do some situation better, what's gonna keep me on the floor and that kind of stuff. So, amazing guy, amazing person, smiling always, he was kind of coach, he got his own way of coaching. So it's like you just listen to him, like sometimes, guys have a like situation, maybe they don't like the coach, the way how he is approaching that kind of stuff. But Decky was like kind of that, he got his own system of working. And for you, it's only like you just jump on that, just feel that way of working, how he is working. And he was just, great coach, putting things on the details, I think, coming on the practice, and you see the bigs kind of like playing one-on-one, sweating against each other, bumping against each other, and other guys was just shooting before practice. We were playing like once, almost like every day when we got time. It's just like his way of working, and we were just like okay with that, Steve was okay with that, medical part was okay with that, because they know like that's a way of coaching, that's a way of Decky's coaching. So amazing person, just amazing family, he got amazing family, amazing son, amazing daughter, amazing wife, I'm happy for them, they'll be able to go back home, stick with their own family, just sad, that happened, but he was a great man.
Dario, Steve mentioned before a couple days ago during practice how instrumental you have been as a support system for his family, his wife and children. Why was that just an important task for you to take on?
I just kind of like felt it, similar kind of background. We know how the things go, and family kind of felt, and I kind of felt, like, I can be there for them, in this kind of moment, language-wise, culture-wise. So, I don't want to take any credit for that or something. Like, it's just like what I felt, the family kind of like need, and it was tough for me to kind of handle that mentally too, but like I understand, if I can help that family at least like 1%, that's kind of like, that's how I felt, about how Decky means for me, and I don't know how to explain and say, just help them, in which way is possible, and great family, happy for them. They will be able to go home, kind of like hang out literally with their own family and kind of like go through that, which is not easy.
What was the mental transition for you tonight after the pregame tributes to that, and just having to go and play a game? Did it take a second for everything to settle down for you, just emotionally, or was it?
Yeah, it is, like whole kind of weekend was like for me, emotionally like roller coaster, sometimes I'm fine, sometimes like I want to cry, sometimes like you remember good moments, sometimes like you remember, and the emotions today was high, of course. For some guys, 3 years spending here, it was like really, he was really big for them, but it was big for me. It was really hard to kind of like to manage that in that moment, I think it was really important for us, kind of like do that and start a game in the right way and try to win this game. Obviously it was such emotion, roller coaster for all of us last couple of days, and the chair, Decky was sitting is just like hits you different, and but that's how it is right now, and I'm so happy we kind of find a way to win this game for Decky first of all, and now for us, to stay in kind of playoff run, and last week was hard for all of us, so we're happy we get this win.
Dario, did you do anything specific to honor Decky tonight?
I mean, no really, I was going kind of through the routine, same routine we were doing before the game, what he would like to do, talk with the other coaches about it, with some clip, the last year, how between DeMarco and Decky, some situation in Game 4 against Sacramento when they kind of like hugging each other and DeMarco throw the chair on Decky. So kind of like little smile before the game. But me, like, no really, I think just stick to the routine, what he taught me about like how to play the game, to be brave, and that kind of stuff was going through my mind. I think most important thing was for me just kind of like get routine back, and Decky's gonna stay in my head for some quiet time. It's not gonna something I will just go over to because we were kind of like every day together, working out together. Just it's gonna need some time to settle in.
Can you explain to us how much of an impact he had on you ending up here with the Warriors?
Yeah, we meet a couple times. I was playing for the Suns, and I wasn't playing that much, and I was thinking, maybe just go back in Europe and that kind of stuff. And in my mind, obviously all European guys, when they don't have pretty much enough time on the court, they have that kind of like mental struggle, I would say. They want to kind of go back and play, EuroLeague. And I know he was coming at me, and he was like, I know I never talked to him before, and he just came to me and say like, I know you're not playing a lot, but you need to kind of like stick together. Don't try to think go back in Europe. Chance is gonna come for you. That's for sure. You just be mentally ready. But he was coaching for another team, and I kind of say okay. And the next time I get traded to OKC last season, and it was kind of like legendary night for the OKC Thunder, and the Nenad Krstić kind of was in town, and we were playing together back in Turkey, in Efes, and we were like, okay, let's kind of meet, let's get a coffee. And that moment, the Warriors kind of came in the city. And then I told me like, Decky is in the town and Ron Adams is in the town, they're gonna come and say hello. I say, okay, I come, too, and kind of like we talk. And, that's when I meet Decky kind of again, we kind of sit, drink coffee and kind of like talk about everything, about the same background. He was, kind of give me advice, in a way, how to pay some details. So, and, after that, summer kind of came, the free agency opened, and, Decky was the first one, kind of like send me a message, we want you, what you think about that, and you obviously after that, Steve kind of calls, Chris, but Decky was the kind of like first one, please come, but, come with Warriors, I think you're going to play, you're going to have a good opportunity to here. And, talk on the phone a little bit, and, obviously after a couple of days, you just make a decision, to come to Warriors. I think he was the first kind of like guy to reach me.